Hello and welcome. My name's Danielle, and I'm really excited. I have a very special guest with us today, Jennifer Ashira Ra, and she is a beautiful goddess that is a high priestess and initiator of master new age leader and codes. And I'm here to just share her essence with you guys and give you a taste and background of a little bit about who she is and what it is she's currently up to. So, welcome, Jennifer. I'm so happy to have you with us.
Thank you. Thank you, Danielle. I'm so honored to be here.
Yeah, so could you tell everybody a little bit about your background and how it is it led you to here? Because I know that you originally created a beautiful clothing line in LA and it really set you off to your soul's mission. And what was that like for you starting off in an environment like that and birthing this new version of yourself?
Thank you. What a great question. Ever since I was 4, I was sketching women and models and clothing, and I've loved fashion and design my entire life. And so I ended up building a clothing brand in Los Angeles. I started in New York. I went to fashion school, and then I worked for some designers in 7th Avenue. And then I built a clothing brand from nothing. I had $100 and I did it, made a lot of mistakes. And I built that for years and years, and it never had a bad year. I really was a student of the universal laws, reading books and honing myself, but making a lot of mistakes, on the way. But as a single woman building a business and in a pretty tough industry, the garment industry, and yet I love design, and I'm pretty determined. And so I built that, and then and it created where I was shipping around the world. And I worked with teens and tweens in fashion, activewear, and dancewear. And so it was amazing working with the beautiful women and girls, and bringing beauty with clothing, because I love that. And then I was standing in my office one day, and I had been working too hard. When you run a business, all you do is work. I worked about 6.5 days a week. Even on Sundays, I would go to downtown Los Angeles and work with my fabric guys and have things for my cutter, so everything was ready on Monday, because we shipped every night. And so it just is really fast. And so I was standing in my office preparing for the next season, which takes about 2 months. And I heard a voice, and it wasn't my voice. And it said, enjoy this. Because sometimes you don't enjoy it because you're so busy, right?
Right.
Enjoy this. This is your last year. And, you're moving. I'm like, no, I'm not leaving this. I have built it. I'm empty inside because I work too much. But I went through a process of, right after 2012, when we could start to, some of us are being hidden on purpose, because before 2012, the darker energies, or there's powers in this universe that don't want light, could come in and not get your approval. They can come into your field and do things. Well, after 2012, that contract ended, and you had to actually invite them in. So after 2012, we were more safe. And so I started to be shown who I truly was. I wasn't that woman running that clothing business, but came to this planet. I'd helped build and create this universe, and I was starting to remember slowly. And it took about 4 to 5 years of unwinding from that really tight masculine world to rewound and remade, kind of like a self-walk-in, where who's looking out from my eyes now is not the same woman running that clothing business. It's such a masculine business, and I can really do the masculine. I can focus, I can space hold. It's so easy for me, but I had squashed my feminine, and I didn't make time for her. And so I had like endometriosis, and I had cystic things, surgeries in my ovarian area. Ever since I was a little girl, I had really tough cycles, like labor pains, really tough. I never was excited when my cycle came. I never honored that. I never knew how to. And so I really started to learn and balance, and I swung the other way with lusciousness and self-love and free time and yoga class at 10 in the morning on a Monday. And then it's like I opened. And I think it was a process. And then I started to work with the land and the vortexes and get little jobs from spirit, and they started me slow. and it kind of grew to where we are now.
That's really powerful. And I feel so many women can relate to what you're saying because we're at that era of the dark feminine is really being healed right now because we have been strongly gripped into this society of very dominant patriarchy. So, the skill sets that you learned, I mean, will really make you resilient. And as you bloomed into the beautiful woman you are, it really cultivated the real essence of allowing that to like surrender and just bloom into what you've created. So as you shifted from the create, because you were being creative, you're very the hot commodity it sounds like. So when you bloomed into now nurturing yourself, what was that like for you at first? Was it a little difficult to shift into, or did you just like, you know what, this feels right, I'm going to expand and expand? Like, what was the initial expansion for you? Your first project out of your stepping out into this.
Well, what's so funny is running my clothing business, I could tell anyone what to do. I had no problem. I was guiding, leading, telling men, women, everyone. I was definitely in charge and really confident. I've always had a pretty strong self-esteem. And what with this is it's a vulnerability. And I noticed I had some woundings and I didn't want to gather and be seen. And I cringed and I dreaded it. And I was living in Northern California where I was really learning how the women circle. They don't circle like full moon, let's circle. Yeah, it sounds great. They like, no, we circled for 10 years together. Like these women really circle. And I really learned this beauty of women that have like 3-4 circle groups in their life that they walk with. And I really learned that. So I started and I did a little moon circle and it was like a flyer neighborhood. So you put flyers up like at the coffee house and I did my graphics, got my little creative outlet and put my little flyer up. And then I was dreading it. I was like, why did I do that? Because now I'm going to show up. And it was just a little moon circle in Sebastopol, California. And 16 women came and I was terrified and I was dreading it, like, oh, 2 more days, 1 more day, oh my gosh, because I have to be seen and I have to lead in a totally different way. And I started and this woman came late and I think she's from New York and she had a New York accent when we were kind of starting, she leaned in and she said, "Leader, I can't hear you," like really loud and just like right at me. Wow. I literally was talking like this, which isn't even who I am. I have no problem. My family would laugh because they're like, she'll give you an answer. Even if she doesn't know the answer, she'll give you an answer. and I really was constricted because, it wasn't safe to gather in many of our lives. And my body they're called samskaras. They're like woundings in our fields where we lost maybe this, or we lost our lives, or we were persecuted. They say millions of women were persecuted in the Reformations, in all of the witch hunts and all of the priestess, that you couldn't show any flair or healing abilities that the men weren't doing. And I had lifetimes of that. And I had no idea. It didn't affect me running my other business in the kind of matrix type world. And so even to this moment, sitting here with you, I have to make peace with being visible. It's much better, and I'm much more at peace with it. The dread is much, much, much less, but it's still not my favorite thing. But my soul calling is to activate humanity, and I carry codes, and I help create containers that activate the highest codes within humanity. So when we create these activated containers and ceremonies and immersions and pilgrimages, people have changed that have walked with me. They weren't even sharing in the circle. They didn't even know they were there. And then they get to know me and I kind of get to know them. And then, 2 years later, I'm seeing this on my feed of my social media, like offerings and graphics and photo, and like they're collaborating with other sisters from our immersions or our, community. And it's like, this is why I'm here. Like, because they're moving into their highest codes and their highest destiny. And I've had to do the same thing. I've had to walk this from that circle in Sebastopol, California, to being in large global summits, to carrying and doing, 9-month priestess trainings. I took a group last year to Egypt, to the Temple of Isis. I rented, and we had private time in the Temple of Isis and did live ceremony and streamed it to our community. And that amount of organizing and red tape we had to go through in the country of Egypt, but it was amazing because Isis called for it. And so I did it. And so I followed my intuition, and I let my why and my soul's passion of why I'm here guide me.
That's so beautiful, Jennifer. And your name is actually, it means giver of codes. So this is so fitting that you do this kind of work. And I'm really grateful to have you on the show today. And I feel that right now we are supporting the rise of our soul and the rise of the divine feminine, the rise of the divine masculine. And I feel that with the codes you offer, for those who don't understand, how would you explain what it is you do as a activator, and the codes and the frequencies that you work with?
Well, it's come in so naturally. It's not learned in school. I've been initiated before I ever came into this body. The codes you carry, you've initiated before you ever incarnated in this life. So what you're doing is you're remembering, you're reunifying, and you're coming more into union with who you are. So if you're feeling in fear, or you're like how I was with circles, I'm not in my highest radiance when I don't even want to gather with 16 women because I'm a fear of being seen and something's going to happen. But it's modern era. You can gather with women, we're safe, and gather with men, and the codes you carry, you were initiated, so now you're remembering them. But we have so many patterns and limitations, and even like enslavement codes and things that you can't even believe that have been layered over humanity through our DNA, because it was created by a phylum of intelligent beings who have an agenda, and you only can get so far. And so a new energy is going to be coming in, more light pillars, not DNA, that's going to be actually evolving and advancing in the golden age, because we're in the Aquarian age right now, which is the buffer time going into the new golden age, where we're in a time where we are releasing a lot of the old patterns. Right now, many are releasing, purging, remembering who they are, remembering that divine feminine, the divine masculine, their light and dark side of both, merging in union, coming into that inner foundation, that inner union, because that's your foundation for expansion. And so the light codes are held within your cells. And so when you come into a container with me, I'm activated to activate all lineages, all phylums, and all planetary beings of every order. And so if you come into our realm and our community, you're going to be in an activated frequency where those cells are like, oh, I know this. Yeah. Oh, I'm safe. This is where I want to be. I'm going to start to open. And then you get used to that. And then you become a natural state for you. It's not this like, oh gosh, I can't do that. Oh, that's too much. Oh, that only for that person. I'm not good enough. All those older patterns that might be going through your head are just old patterns you got from when you were a child in your home, or when you are from your ancestral line. And so if you're having any of those, is to find healers or to work with your guides and angels to really move through those, and always feel it first. You don't just release. It's like you feel it, let it run through you, because then it dissolves forever. So I had to do that with holding space and being in circles. And I like I have an event tomorrow with 40. We're walking through an immersion with Mary Magdalene and Hathor. And I'm not like dreading it. It's like, oh, I get to sit with my sisters. And that's new, that excitement. And so I've gone through my own transformation and my own growth, just like we all are. And what I do is I help the leaders and masters and initiators move higher. So for the beloveds that are coming in and learning yoga or breath work, or they go to their first mystery school with the goddess and they start to remember, and they're opening and they're like, I want to go to Avalon, or I want to go to Egypt, and they start to remember themselves standing in the temples. Then they find me, and then we go higher, and then we create where you have been a leader and a wayshower of many realms and a creator of many temples, and to remember that, to step into your mastery. So I initiate the high priestesses, the leaders, the wayshowers to step higher and activate their mastery codes.
That is so beautiful. I'm so glad that you're here at this time. And it's actually interesting. Some of the things you're sharing, I absolutely relate to, even down to this being seen. And I've gone through many different healing sessions personally myself. And it is true. Once you release it and dissolve it, it's gone. But you take that wisdom and you keep it within you. It's always been there. It's embedded. And I feel like with the type of work you're doing, it's impacting on such a bigger scale, because these leaders you're connecting with, it's cultivating, we are cultivating this new, this new growth and immersion and expansion of this earth that we are, arising and evolving. Ooh, I'm getting the chills. In fact, I had that too while you were talking. I was like, whoa.
Chills mean yes. So yeah. That's really great.
So I'm really happy to be connecting with you today. For those who are wanting to hear a little bit of your light codes, would you be able to share maybe a little bit today? Are you open to that?
Well, it's more about them moving into that state.
Okay.
And if you have a few minutes, and we can just open that. And just so I invite you, beloved, to just sit and take a breath as you breathe in through your nose in the sacred, linear, divine masculine, and then exhale through your mouth, and just even move your jaw, like open your body, let your shoulders relax. You don't have to do anything. Just really open, and then come into your heart. The heart is the center of the new golden age. This is your mind and heart. You're going to actually even be seeing through your heart, feeling through your heart. The mind is the servant and in beautiful service to your beautiful heart. And just envision a beautiful golden light within your heart as it expands and expands. And as we open this beautiful golden light within your heart, you can send down with every exhale. You're going to send down into the Mother Earth through the Terra to the center core of the Earth, to her crystalline golden core, and reach that. And then with your inhale, breathe up her golden light and love back into your heart, expanding it, because what we're doing is we're turning on your magnetic field. Your heart is the magnetic divine feminine field, and your pineal is your divine masculine seat in your body, and is the electrical pulse. So you need both to create your future, and you can create what you want to see in your life through both. But we're turning on your magnetic field. And so with your next exhale, I invite you to send up your exhale through your crown, through the roof of your temple, all the way through the galactic realms. You can look around, touch some planetary beings, some star seeds, some beautiful cosmos, and up to the galactic center. And now with your inhale, you're going to pull all that back down into your heart as that beautiful cosmic love and energy, and expanding your heart. And what we do is then we go through the arms. It's like the Ankh breathing, which is the Egyptian symbol of life. And like this is your head and your heart and your arms and your body. It also can be as the womb as well. It has many. They used to hold it in gold, and you could activate because gold activates. And so you can just imagine your arms going out, and then just sending them out through your left and through your right arm. And we do 3 per section. And then you can do all the directions and turn on your heart. And what you're doing when you're turning on your golden light and your coherent quantum heart field is you're turning on your magnetic field, which then becomes a 9-meter field activating, and it goes energetically to the ends of the earth. Like when someone calls you and you've been thinking about them in a good place and heightened emotion, it's because you're turned on and your magnetic field's turned on, and that turns on your oxytocin, which turns on your neurotransmitters, which shuts down the amygdala, which is your fear and flight, and turns you into joy and bliss. So you're just like, already I just feel a lightness and a joy and bliss for no reason. And from here, I invite you to just open your energy to receiving a message from source, a message from your cells, a message from your guides and angels. As you bring in your higher self, I really believe our higher self is becoming a walk-in to our own body, not like praying to your, oh, please higher self, help me, or talk to your higher self. You are your higher self. So just imagine as you're even seeing it fuse within you, if you're ready. And I feel even we're moving into first rung ascended masters, even above high priestess. I mean, it's the beautiful crystalline and diamond children that are here, and the indigos, and the incredible planetary beings that are here are masters. And you are a creator, leader, and way shower of the new golden age. And so just remember when I say that, how it feels within you. Let those words just kind of seep into your cells and let them activate within you. Something that's percolating up that you've been wanting, something that you've been desiring, or something that you've just not known. A lot of times your codes that come online are a completely new skill, like singing out of the blue, or all of a sudden you're able to know certain light language, or you know certain wisdoms. Everything mostly that I know, it's a knowing within me. I did not read it anywhere. It's in my cellular memory, and it's who I am. And that is the highest mystery school certification, is because you have been initiated in other realms and came here to share that. And so just remember, I just got chills. So that's a big yes. So just feel that within you as you release what no longer serves you. Just let that fall away and opening this new whisper within you, this new gift, this new mastery, this new activating energy. And I invite you to journal in the moment because you move into a very higher 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th dimensional space when you turn on your magnetic field, and when you start to tune into these higher codes within you. Because I don't give you anything, I hold the space, and I just remind you. It's just a deep remembrance of who you truly are. When you were one with Source before you ever incarnated, you held these incredible wisdoms, and you are that. And the universe is with you. You co-create with the universe. The universe is within you as you are within the universe. It's not the law of attraction where you receive. It's the law of resonance where you are it. So just feel that expansion of light of the universe. Just whatever you think of the universe, like the light of it and the immensity of it and the radiance of it. Just feel that, and then put yourself right in the center of these like concentric circle of all the planetary orbits, and just look around as you are the master and creator. And you can decide what you want to pull out and what you want to create. Oh, I want to create a new car. I want to create a new career that really fulfills me, and I can walk my soul passion. I don't have to just get a paycheck. And I want a new beloved that sees me, and we can walk this spiritual path together, or whatever you are wanting. And just place that, and then feel that opening as you're co-creating with the universe, and opening your new light codes and your new energies and your soul codes of your highest crystalline golden frequency, your highest mission, your highest purpose, your highest connection is all online now. And so it is.
It is. I was visualizing a lot of movement actually through that process. Thank you for sharing that. And I hope that whoever's listening, please do rewatch this and experience and sit back and listen to this yourself, so you can take a little bit of this home with you. This is absolutely amazing. Can you share with us what it is you're currently working on and how people are able to contact you for any type of program or service that you're offering at this point in time?
Oh yeah, you can reach me and find me at lightpriestesstemple.com, our beautiful webpage and portal, and also on Facebook and Instagram. We're just opening and launching our new Light Priestess Temple Facebook community that has incredible member spotlight and exclusive offerings and giveaways and sacred connection and real community, your home. And so I invite you to find us on Facebook at Light Priestess Temple Community. And we're also gathering for the 11/11 Stargate activation on November 11th. And so join us in the ceremony in the temple. We're going to be live in Lemuria. I am now on the land of Hawaii. We're opening temples of light here that are opening the new source codes for the new golden age and the new humanity for the next million years. I've been traveling for 7 years, going to sites on the planet. Yeah, I lived in Los Angeles, and that was nice. I had a home. I came to every night and a doggy. And then I sold all of that. And then I've been from Egypt to Greece, Northern California, Europe, Peru, Bali. I lived for 2 years, opening the codes there, and now I'm on Hawaii, another Lemurian mountaintop. And so join us here for 11/11. We're going to be doing incredible summits next year. Activate Your Mastery, a mastery course for high priestesses and creators, and an amazing pilgrimages to Lemuria, Hawaii, and Egypt. So 2023 is going to be amazing. So find us at priestesstemple.com and really immerse with us.
Well, thank you so much for your time today. And everyone, please do reach out to her if you want to partake any of this. And I'm really glad that you're pulling this community together. I really resonate with it myself. And so I'll be there. And thank you for all the service to humanity that you're doing, and to the future leaders and the leaders to come and the leaders that already are. I just want to thank you and honor you. And yeah, thank you so much. Many blessings to you, my dear. And until next time.
Much love, many blessings.